Welcome to episode 3 of the Simple Privacy Tips podcast. Today I'm going to talk about one way that you can reduce the amount of advertising that you see on Facebook. And before we get into it, I wanted to apologize for the audio quality, but I thought the information was useful to post nonetheless, and so I hope you can bear with it and enjoy this episode of the Simple Privacy Tips podcast. Everyone wants to feel in control of their digital privacy, but our lives have become so digital that it's overwhelming to know where to begin. The Simple Privacy Tips podcast makes digital privacy super simple. We make regular podcasts teaching you how to regain control. Subscribe to the podcast to make sure you don't miss a tip. You will feel confident that you're in control of your and your loved one's digital privacy. As the future becomes even more digital, don't let your privacy disappear. Don't forget to subscribe today. Now, this does come with caveats. It is, of course, impossible to completely block advertising on Facebook because that's how they make their revenue. But I'm going to show you one way to understand which advertisers are targeting you and how to stop that. There have been basically endless scandals with Facebook's ability to keep users' information private and secure over the past years. People have even said that the company has needed to go as far as change its actual name to avoid some of this scrutiny. And so at the heart of the scrutiny is how the company collects tons and tons of people's personal information and uses it to allow advertisers to target them, and the total lack of transparency around how Facebook collects information, as well as it being basically impossible for users of Facebook to understand how their data is being collected and used by the platform. So today I wanted to show you one way that you can get a little bit more information about the companies that have your data and are using it to show you ads on Facebook. And I'm probably going to make a series of these videos because there are many ways that this can happen, and I want you to feel empowered by having this information. And so if you are feeling kind of overwhelmed by all of the negative press around Facebook's inability to keep people's information private, you can at least understand kind of where to find what advertisers have been using your data to target ads and get a better understanding of what data the company actually has about you. So sign into your Facebook account and go to the down arrow in the upper right hand corner and click on Settings and Privacy. Then click on Settings. Next, click on your Facebook information and then scroll down and you'll see Off Facebook Information, and you click on View. And here you should see some companies under Off Facebook Activity. So this account that I'm using is pretty new, maybe a few months old. I use it only for Simple Privacy Tips demo videos, and so I wasn't expecting to see any advertisers here, but there is one, dunnhumby, which I don't ever remember interacting with, but nonetheless is here, saying that they've uploaded my data into Facebook to show me ads. You might have many more companies. In fact, if you've been using your same profile for like a decade, I would imagine you have many more companies here. So I'm going to read to you how Facebook describes what off Facebook activity means, because there are different ways that companies can upload your information to Facebook to show you ads. One way is this, another way is uploading lists of their customers. So when you check out online, you add an email address or a phone number. What companies can do is take that list, upload it to Facebook's backend in their advertising backend, and target ads at those people. So that's one way. This is another way, apparently. And here's how they describe this way. Off Facebook activity includes information that businesses and organizations share with us, Facebook, about your interactions with them. Interactions are things such as visiting websites or logging into their app with Facebook. Off Facebook activity does not include customer lists that businesses use to show a unique group of customers relevant ads. So does this description make it any clearer to you? It does not to me. Because, for example, when you sign into your TikTok account using your Facebook account, they're saying here that maybe they get some information from you that way because you logged in using your Facebook account. What information do they get? It's not very clear. They give another paragraph of information here. When you visit a website or use an app, these businesses or organizations can share information about your activity with us by using our business tools. Is this information that the organization is meaning to share? For example, say a company, like a shoe company, has your email address because you bought a pair of shoes from them. And previous to that shoe company had used Facebook advertising. And so the company has a relationship with Facebook already, and then you buy the pair of shoes. Does that mean that Facebook has access to your email or phone number, or the fact that you bought the pair of shoes because they already have that existing advertising relationship? Or does this mean that the company has taken proactive steps to upload your email address to the business platform in order to show ads? The reason I'm asking that question is because it says in the paragraph above that off-Facebook activity does not include customer lists that businesses use. So it seems like sharing information about your activity with us by using our business tools is a more passive relationship the company has with Facebook. But I don't know because it's very unclear from this paragraph that Facebook provides. So we, Facebook, use this activity to personalize your experience, such as showing relevant ads. We also require that businesses and organizations provide notice to people before using our business tools. I mean, to me, that seems like a joke because I don't even, as far as I can remember, I've never interacted with dunnhumby. If you click on this, you can see when Facebook received your information from that company. And this was about 2 weeks ago, apparently, and I have no recollection of interacting with dunnhumby. So it doesn't seem genuine that Facebook is requiring these businesses to tell people that they're doing this. What I want you to know is that when you go to this page, you should be able to see companies, and then you can sort of dig a bit deeper. So are there companies you don't recognize? Do you have some sort of recollection about actually interacting with the company? I would be super interested to hear what you see and how you feel about it. So please do tell me in the comments. You do have the option to clear your history. By doing this, it's unlikely that your data is actually deleted from the advertiser, dunnhumby in my case, or from Facebook itself. It might just clear this page so it looks nice and clean for you, but in the back end, they still have access to that information. I'm not quite sure. Again, it's unclear. You can access your information, which I've shown you how to do in a separate video, how to download your information from the platform. And you can choose whether your off-Facebook activity is saved with your account. So if you click on that and then you click on Manage Future Activity, you can turn this off. But again, it gives the warning here that they'll still be able to receive somehow, again unclear, your activity from the businesses and organizations that you visit, and it might be used by Facebook for measurement purposes and to make improvements to the ad system, but it won't be connected to your account. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off, and you can too if that's something that you don't want anymore. I hope that's helpful. The aim of this video is just to help you feel a bit less overwhelmed with the opacity around Facebook. It's a monolithic company. They seem to have tons of data. So I just wanted you to feel more empowered to know where to go, get a bit more insight into what companies are trying to reach you on Facebook, what companies have your info, and also how to turn off one part of this whole system. The last thing I will say is that I've made a free and downloadable simple Facebook privacy tips guide, which you can download and read through. It has a series of recommended privacy settings to tweak to help reduce how much data the platform can collect about you. It's a good resource to share with friends and family as like a hub of tips, or for you as well to just read through and go into your profile and firm up your privacy settings. So the link to that is in the description if you want to download that. So I will speak to you again in the next Simple Privacy Tips podcast.